Hey, I'm Kate Stormer over at the CEO Host, and I have some tips to help you increase your short term rental bookings. Hospitality science and lodging research can help inform our efforts to get more bookings. There have been a couple of studies that have specifically helped us understand the guest journey to the Book Now button, and this can help us avoid losing potential bookers due to not having our listing aligned with their journey. One study tells us that guests have a sequential process of evaluating a property, and there are specific decision points they hit as they evaluate their options. And if our listing doesn't answer their initial question at decision point one, they will bounce to the next listing. So, what is that question? So, it's a two-parter. The first is it's all about, do the accommodations work for our minimum requirements? The term here is fit. So, fit for one person is different for another person, right? Some people, fit requires a pool. For another person, fit might require a king bed. But these are the minimum requirements that they have to have in order to book your property, right? And the second half of that decision point is the property and is the host trustworthy? Is this legit? Is this a scam? Are we likely to have our stay ruined because the host is a jerk? They've probably heard stories or had an experience, and so they want to make sure that they can book with confidence with you, right? There are many, many things that we can do to make sure that we help them evaluate decision point one, but I have three that I want to share with you. The first is, make sure you have photos of all the spaces. Not only does this help answer the question, do you have what I need? But it also helps to build trust. We have nothing to hide. If you talk about it in the listing copy, make sure you've got a photo of it that people can see. The second is, you make sure to highlight all your key amenities. Again, this is where check all the boxes in the listing platform, talk about it in your listing copy in an organized, easy to find manner, and have photos of the key ones at least, right? And finally, this goes without saying, but maintain a high review rating as a host. Expedia published last fall, any host with less than a 4.7 average review rating gets fewer bookings overall. So that's the threshold that you want to make sure you maintain at least, if not higher, right? So the second decision point in that journey to the Book Now button that the hospitality science tells us is they're assessing value. And I know some of you hate this concept, but ultimately they're balancing what they've seen in the search results, your competition, and how much it costs and what they actually perceive that they're getting for their money. Now, this is a fairly subjective process, right? But keep in mind, amenities are not just hot tubs and numbers of beds. They can be proximity to a key location. It could be a policy, like you've got a late checkout policy or you have pet friendly policy. It could even be small things like you have beach chairs, they don't have to pack them or pack and play. And people will assign value to those things. But because different guests have different needs, we're not going to be a good fit for everyone, right? And our job isn't to be. But we do want to make sure we connect with those we are a good fit for, right? So, how do we do this? Remember, I said value is a reflection of your market. So you need to base your comps on occupancy, not bedroom count, because the search platforms make it far easier to search based on occupancy than bedroom count. So your comps are actually based on occupancy. So as you are thinking about how to position yourself in the marketplace, you have to think about it from an occupancy lens. Okay. And then finally, um, let's talk about the unique selling proposition. Again, this all aligns with communicating our value. And our unique selling proposition is just the lens through which we decide what photo to lead with, what headline to start with, how to frame our opening listing copy so as to speak directly to our ideal guests. So they stop the scroll and go directly to their Book Now button. In a market with 100 romantic getaways, I don't want you just to be a romantic getaway for two. I want you to be the romantic getaway for adventurous hikers or for dog lovers or for foodies, because when we differentiate, we become rarer, and rare plus desirable equals more bookings.